We are a week later and back at Lower Merrimack. Now, the thing about this place is I don't like to do 2 episodes in the same place, or 2 consecutive episodes in the same place, but realistically, there's a lack of fish anywhere here around the St. Louis area in mid-January. It's the only place where I could actually find some fish. Doesn't seem like there's as many fish here as there was a while ago, but maybe there's still some fish. This is still the deepest part of the Lower Merrimack. So let's get some lines in the water. I've bought some extra weights to sling it further. Maybe we can get some fish. Right, I got all 3 of my baits out there. I know there's fish here because I just saw one jump over there. Might have to move over there because that's where I caught the drum last time. But this area is where all the buffalo and gar and everything is. I'm just really not sure if any of them will hit my bait. They're much further out there than before, but you know, in this water, not sure if any of them will actually hit. All right, I think I got a fish. I didn't realize it until I was reeling it in, but there is a fish. It's an ultra small drum of doom. An ultra small drum of doom. I think I'm gonna go for a bigger drum. This guy's a little small, so we're gonna let him go. Because such a small drum, not really worth it. Such a small drum, not worth it. But at least we didn't get skunked today. 1 fish at least. Got a very, very small drum. This one's too small for me to eat, so it gets to go back. Okay, please put me back. I'm sad. All right, you get to go, Mr. Drum. The problem with having my lines out a lot further and small fish like that is I can't really tell if they're on the line or not. And they don't really pull at all. And I just have to check my lines every once in a while to see if a small fish is on the line. Like if a big fish hits, you can tell. If like a 16-pound buffalo starts pulling, you can definitely tell. But if it's like a tiny miniature drum, it's really hard to tell if it's on the line or not. Pretty sure I hooked a fish here. Pretty sure I hooked, yep, it's a fish. It's bigger than the last drum I hooked. It's probably another drum, but it's definitely a fish. Either that or it's a buffalo. I threw this one out pretty far. So definitely fish here. It's fighting a little bit, but not all that much. Even though this is a really light pull, it is a 15-pound, well, 20-pound string. It is a, the heck is that? Oh, it's another drum. It's a tiny drum. It looks like it's foul hooked, but it's actually hooked in the mouth. It's another tiny drum. I wonder if it's the same one. Oh well, at least something's hitting. 2 drum. It's a tiny one. Don't think I can eat it. I think it's too small, so we're gonna let it go as well. Another drum. See, it's actually fair hooked. It's not fouled. The string just got wrapped around its tail as well. Another drum. I think I got another one. Yep, definitely got another fish. Doesn't feel all that big, but what I've figured out today is I suck at gauging fish size. But I saw the pole bend over a little bit more today. It's probably another drum because they're realistically the only thing that's biting right now. It's trying to swim around a bit, but it's not. Oh, it's another small drum. It's more lively though than the other one, so it's another small. Well, this one's actually good enough to keep. So 1 eater drum for tonight. 1 eater drum for tonight. Hello, Mr. Drum. What do you want? You lost fish pole combat with me. Therefore, your soul is mine. No! Your fillet is mine too tonight. No! In the food bucket you go. That's 3 freshwater drum today, but they've all been pretty small. Not really sure what happened to the bigger drum, but the bigger ones aren't biting. It's just the small drums today. But at least something's biting. Didn't really scratch out. This area still has fish that are biting, unlike essentially everywhere else. Oh, we got another one. Pretty sure it's another drum. It'll do fine for dinner, but there's a lot of fish and drum here. But nothing like big that would actually, you know, fight me. I'm pretty sure this is a drum. It's fighting exactly like all the others. This is 4 drum. This is 4 drum. So at least something's hitting. I'll be able to get some dinner. I mean, it's, oh, is that a drum? Oh no, it's a gato fish. It's a gato fish. Oh yes, a gato fish. I got a gato fish. Hello, gato fish. Meow, I'm a gato fish. I know you're a gato fish. Your gato-ness has failed you. Therefore, you will be eaten tonight. No, I'm really gato. You're not really that gato. You only have whiskers. Dinner is your fate. No! Here at Lower Merrimack again. It's been about a week since last time. One of the few warm days, today and tomorrow. Tomorrow I plan to go to another dam on the Mississippi, so we're here on the Merrimack today. Hopefully sling this across, get some big fish. Hopefully the water's a little warmer. Incredibly muddy, but we can deal with that. My two set baits out, one with the worm. Hopefully I can catch a drum or something, or catfish, and one with specialized catfish chunks. Hopefully I can catch a catfish with that. Haven't been too lucky with that so far. Right now I am just slinging out my curly-tailed grub because I know there's buffalo here. They might bite the curly-tailed grub. That is an excellent lure for small and largemouth buffalo. Hopefully I can get something with that. All right, the curly-tailed worm kind of failed, so I've put on a smaller spoon to see how far this thing can go. Oh yeah, way further than the curly-tailed worm. I like them apples. I think I feel something on the line. Oh, that was a fish. All right, that was a fish, but it got off. That was definitely a fish. I think I might have a fish. It's like swirling around. I think it is a fish. It's a fish, it's a fish. What is it? Oh, it's a white bass. Nice. Nice eatable white bass. Nice, nice, nice. That's a decent eating size. I'll take it. Finally got one, a white bass. A nice eating size one too. What do you think about being my dinner, Mr. White Bass? No, don't eat me. White bass are delicious. You're going into the cooker. No! Well, one white bass for dinner. Want one that's slightly bigger, because that would make for really good eating. And the key right now seems to be letting the little spoon sink to the bottom for a little while and then slowly dragging it back, because the fish seem to want the bait, the moving bait, but only the slow moving bait. The worms really aren't doing anything right now. They're not catching any large fish and they're not catching any small fish either. Nothing's hitting those things. I could tell from here if they were, if anything big hit it. Even if something small really jerked it, I could probably tell. There's a snag over there, so probably that tree falling over, so I want to be over here, not over there. Is that something? Is that some? Oh, yeah, that's a fish. That's definitely a fish. I see it. It's fighting. It's fighting. I don't know what it is. Might be another white bass. Might be another white bass. I actually think it's probably. Oh yeah, I think it's another white. No. Oh, it's a catfish. No, it's a largemouth. It's a largemouth bass. Largemouth bass. I don't know if it's 15 inches or not, but it's a largemouth bass. I probably should get my measure out to see if I can keep this fish. This is a spotted bass, roughly 14 inches in length. I just checked the Missouri guidelines south of the Missouri River, which is where we are. The keeper length for bass is actually 12 inches. So this guy is gonna be Mr. Dinner. No, I don't wanna be Mr. Dinner. I wanna be free. Denied, bass, denied. Well, that's two fish for dinner, and that spotted bass was a little bit bigger than the white bass, so it's quite good. Let's see if we can get any more. I'm not foul hooking them either. I'm actually fair hooking them. I'm fair hooking them in the mouth, and I'm dragging along the bottom very slowly because that seems to be key. They are actually going for the silvery bait. They're definitely going for the silvery bait. One of the bait poles hit, I think. It's definitely a fish on here. Feels like a fairly small one, probably a drum, maybe a gato, or it could just be, yeah, it's a small drum. Tiny ass drum. Not really worth keeping. Too small to keep. All right, Mr. Drum, you get to go home. Okay, thank you very much. All right, Mr. Drum, see ya. All right, it's swimming off pretty slowly, but it's waddling off. Man, these drum are like really lethargic, but it's waddling off into the depth. The drum is extremely lethargic. It's getting kind of dark, and I see some fish jumping, but they're mostly on the other side of the river, unfortunately. It actually does drop off much, much faster over there. So I can see why there would actually be more fish over there than over here. The Merrimack is incredibly low right now. Well, it always is at this time of the year. But without the rains and the water, I'm guessing there's where most of the water is, which is on the other side. So the two bass actually hit my bait over there, but the bass haven't been biting since then. and neither like snagging or getting them to hit is actually working. But 3 fish today, and I'm gonna try for a little while longer to see if we can get any more. Well, that's gonna be it for today, guys. I think I snagged a couple of bigger fish, but I wasn't able to bring them up. But I did get 3 fish today, the small drum and the 2 bass, and combined with the adventure last time, we got several fish, mainly drum, catfish, and bass. Now that I know there was a white bass here, might come back later. But tomorrow I'm planning to go to a dam on the Mississippi, so it's farewell this place for right now.